So we have some breaking news that has just come out today. That breaking news has something to do with this war between Israel and Hamas, but it is now pulling in the United States and many other countries. I will explain what's going on there and how this is going to impact you and everybody around you in just a moment. All I ask is if you can spend just 2 seconds, go ahead and hit that like button and let's begin. So this war between Israel and Hamas, this is turning into a massive crisis, a worldwide crisis. But we do have some good news, or at least we were being told. And we were being told this by President Biden. We were being told this by other world leaders, that this is going to be good news for the rest of the world. Well, here's the good news. Today is day 48. And starting on 7 a.m. on Friday, we are going to see a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas. This means Israel is going to stop pounding Gaza with missiles. At the same time, we know that 13 women and children will be released in the afternoon. That is going to happen about 4 p.m. This is in their time. So just to give you an idea, 7 a.m. In Gaza is actually 12 a.m. on the East Coast. Okay? 12 a.m. It's a 7-hour difference. So you can do the math there. Now, according to Pentagon officials, they say that this is by no means the end of the war. We are actually hearing that the war is just getting started. Again, we are 48 days in, a little bit over 1 month, about a month and a half. Well, according to experts, they are now saying this war will drag on for another 2 months at least. Okay, another 2 months, another 60 days. This war will go for at least 100 days, according to many experts. And they say this because both sides have vowed to continue fighting even after all the hostages have been released. Keep in mind, the deal for the ceasefire is that we are going to see 150 Palestinian prisoners released. In exchange, 50 Israeli hostages will be released as well. Now, in this ceasefire, again, 13 Israeli hostages are set to be released Friday at 4 p.m. This ceasefire is going to start at 7 a.m., so it's going to happen, 9 hours after that? Okay. Now, this is something that almost was turned this deal upside down. Hamas asked Israel to leave Gaza's Al-Shifa hospital. They want that hospital back. That's showing that Hamas was using the Al-Shifa hospital as pretty much a command post. Okay? But here's where things are getting very interesting. We are now hearing from more military personnel, former military personnel as well. We're hearing from some world leaders where they're not condoning this ceasefire. They don't accept it. And there's a reason for that. And I want to show you this. This is from November 4th. Look at this. It says, Blinken says ceasefire in Gaza would allow Hamas to regroup and attack. This is why experts are saying that this war is just getting started, because we are allowing Hamas back into the fight. Okay? President Biden, Secretary of State Antony Blinken, and multiple Pentagon officials have all stated that a ceasefire is not a smart move at this point. They said, again, back on November 4th, that this is going to allow Hamas to regroup, re-strategize, and plan another hit on Israel. Now, based off this ceasefire going to happen tomorrow, many are worried that this is going to amplify the war. This is going to widen this war. This is going to bring in other countries. Now, Israel said they will not stop until the removal of Hamas. They vowed that they will not stop until Hamas is no more. Here's where experts say they are concerned. And these are experts in war. They say when you are close to defeating your rivals, you're close to defeating whoever, you don't take your foot off the gas. You don't stop. Okay? Now, Israel, according to experts, has more leverage than Hamas does. But this is where some say the United States may have played their hand. The fact that we have reports that there are a handful of U.S. hostages, U.S. citizens that are being held hostage by Hamas, that could have put more pressure on the United States. That could have put ample pressure on President Biden. And especially leading into an election year, President Biden had to do what the American people were asking. But now we are looking at this as, are we possibly in trouble? Did we make the wrong decision? Now, we knew a ceasefire was going to happen. But according to multiple reports, they're saying that if ceasefire was going to happen, which we knew it would eventually, it should have happened weeks ago. Not tomorrow. Not right now. If we would have done this weeks ago and we pushed Israel to agree to a ceasefire, what that would have done is this would have saved thousands of lives. This would have saved, northern Gaza. You look at pictures of northern Gaza and this is just flattened. It looks like a war zone. But instead we waited. We strategized. Is this something we should do? Well, according to the reports, it is just recently that more of these protests have been popping up, that is getting not only the American people, but people all across the world are asking their leaders, step up, say something. Get Israel to agree to a ceasefire. But that should have been done weeks ago. Because now we're hearing that this is going to allow Hamas to regroup. They will re-strategize. They will re-attack Israel. And this could bring on more devastation than we saw initially. That's where we're at. This is also why other countries around Israel are starting to arm themselves. I remember I brought a report to you, I think earlier on this week, where I talked about Jordan is putting more military personnel along the border of Israel because they are concerned that there could be attacks on their people in the near future. So again, the concern is that this war is widening, but the big concern is that this war is just getting started. So, I promise I'll fill you in on all the latest news and updates as soon as we get it, but that is what we know as of right now. So again, thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.